9:15, let's get over to Lacey, and it wouldn't make landfall until the end of the week is what it sounds like if it did?
Wednesday night into Thursday,
okay.
And it may make landfall a couple of times. It's going to hug the western coast of Florida, and exactly where it dives in, that's still not pinned down. That's why the entire western coast is under a hurricane watch right now, because the way the jet stream is oriented, it is going to move into the Gulf and kind of kick back towards Florida. But exactly when that happens, yeah, it's still up in the air, as it always is, with the exact track of a hurricane. Right now, yes, a Category 1 with winds to 70, gusts to 85. We'll talk about that track coming up, but it is an impressive storm, and as it moves over the warm Gulf waters, it will explode in intensity, likely up to a Category 4. Now across Oklahoma, all has been quiet this morning. Look at these lows: 43 Miami, 44 Ulton, Sealing, Nowata, Camargo, Worcester, Bristow, 45 degrees this morning. Now we made it to 55 here in Oklahoma City at Will Rogers, a little warmer due to the heat island effect. Down in Moore, 50 degrees, 53 in Jones, widespread 40s across northern Oklahoma, giving us that fall feel across the state. Sure could use the rain, but man, there is just none in sight, especially today with clear skies, light winds. It is 64 degrees. Look at the northwest breeze. It's at 3 miles per hour. We've now warmed to 66 in Byers, 69 Purcell, 72 in Watonga. It's 64 in Chandler and 67 in Shawnee. Some 70s creeping into southern Oklahoma, and still in the low 60s up to the north. Just a very fine start to your Monday. Winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. And here's your hour-by-hour forecast. We're going to warm to the 70s by noon, but low humidity, light winds find a patio today. It is one of those type of days. 82 degrees by 3 o'clock, so a little above average. And we are warming up from here. Some lower mid-80s today. In western Oklahoma, notice most of us have a north wind. Wind starting to come back around out of the south for folks out west. Now, the ridge is in place. Big time heat dome has moved back to the west, and we got this northwesterly flow of the jet stream, but really the disturbances are staying further off towards our northeast. And this jet stream wind, of course, is what's going to steer Hurricane Ian from the Gulf back over to Florida and keep any impacts away from Texas, Louisiana, and definitely away from Oklahoma. Storm system out over the Pacific Northwest, spinning like a top. That's going to ride along Dodge, Oklahoma. Brings us a backdoor cold front on Wednesday, and exploding on water vapor imagery. That is now Hurricane Ian, becoming a Category 3 by tonight, Category 4 by tomorrow afternoon. That's winds in excess of 130 miles per hour. And where you really don't want to be with a hurricane is what we call the northeast quadrant. So over here, and that's what's approaching anywhere from Tampa, Sarasota, all the way down to possibly Naples, okay, and then back up towards Gainesville and possibly even over towards Tallahassee. So you notice it's a very large range. This would be a very expansive storm, but the worst part of the storm is going to be just to the northeast of the eye, and some of the latest tracks still bringing that in basically from Tampa, from St. Pete, all the way back up to Orlando and even over to Daytona. And the amount of rain with this, 10, locally 20 inches of rain. Storm surge several feet high. Looks to be a major storm for parts of Florida, but that exact area is still going to shift some over the next couple of days. And for Oklahoma, I'm taking the forecast rain now all the way through the week, into the weekend, into the start of October, and you notice rain is just very hard to come by. And because of that, the drought is raging on. Ponds are very low, food crops, plots, everything hurting for water, and the fires have already been a problem over the last several days, especially last week, and burn bans are starting to blanket Oklahoma once again. Hughes County now included under a burn ban. We're dry tonight into the 50s, and then tomorrow we're back into the mid-upper 80s, some low 90s. We're doing the same thing again Wednesday, but here comes that backdoor cold front. It's called backdoor because it comes in from this direction versus this direction, okay? So coming in from the backside, giving us 70s, 80s for highs, not cooling us off too much Wednesday. We'll be a little cooler on Thursday and Friday. By the weekend, mid-80s. Next chance of rain, and it is slight, about a week away. We're back with more right after this.